And we've seen quite a bit of taking. It just gets serious. This is when it gets really serious.
Now it's take. Don't give.
All take
just
from here.
Take.
Ricky Stenhouse is back up to speed. He clears the crash clock.
One of the reasons why the big wrecks happen in these closing laps like this is because when you saw earlier cars bump drafting, they were being light. They were taking it easy. They were checking up. There's no more checking up. Now, when you go to give a bump draft, it's a huge shot. It's a shove. And what does that do? That turns somebody sideways.
Yeah, your intentions is to move that guy. And hopefully it'll be straight ahead, but it may not be.
So here we are, 21 laps to go. We're right back where we started. Single file at the front, 2x2 for a couple of rows, and triple wide all the way back. A.J. Allmendinger climbs to third.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s ready to go.
That's right, Mike. Allmendinger started 27th, and he showed a knack at these plate tracks. He was 5th here at Talladega before. He was 3rd in the season opener this year at the Daytona 500. Maybe one of those guys you'd consider a long shot at the beginning of the race, but here we are with 21 to go, right in the mix. He says it's a little bit of a handful when he's around other cars in the pack. Chris?
Well, Vince, for most of the race, Chase Elliott has been stuck mid-pack. He's saying, I can't do anything because it's been 3 wide. Well, now he's out front. He's pretty happy with his race car. He said back in the pack, it was a bit edgy, but as soon as he could get some clean air on that car, he said, I think we're going to have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHunt, just told him, it's time to be greedy.
Oh, there he goes. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside
down.
The side.
Well, A.J., that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there. I don't think there's any issue with him.
Yeah, you just can't push on the left side of that rear bumper.
Well, you just can't keep pushing. He got into the 24 and just kept on pushing. But, Mike, I'm telling you, I started my first racer in 1972. This was what I worried about. 1970, 45 years ago, and here we are. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
A.J. tried to put the window net down to signal to the safety crews he's okay, but with the car upside down, it won't go down.
Well, the three cars got a lot of...
Austin Dillon, Michael McDowell.
He hit one of those cars that was upside down. I don't remember if it was Chase Elliott.
Danica sitting there, her car's torn up. I don't know how many cars are in this thing. Probably 15 of them. I was just
You just saw it coming, didn't you?
Oh, yeah,
you saw Allmendinger get that big run, gets to the rear bumper of the 24 car.
They've told A.J. Allmendinger to stay strapped in the car. Apparently he's okay because they are going to roll the car over before he's allowed to get out. We do have a camera inside the car, but the antenna is on the roof, and that's gone. So no signal from there.
They do, and this is something these guys have practiced. These safety crews have practiced. They have a system that they hook the car up to. They don't want to just flop the car over with the driver inside of it. They will pick the car up and roll it over gently.
The field has been stopped down in turn number 1. Michael McDowell climbs out. He's okay. His car obviously is not.
That's not much of a field. That's kind of half of a field.
Austin Dillon is okay. See Danica Patrick's car stopped there with more damage.
Yesterday we saw 2 red flags.
Yep.
Today we're going to see another. That's become one of the more popular flags at this place.
And the line that separates victory from calamity at Talladega is so fine. And the amount of a push that either results in a pass or results in panic is just so minuscule.
Yeah, especially when you're in that section of the corner where the banking starts to flatten out. The cars get pretty light in the back there, so if you're going to be pushing, you've got to sort of back off them, or you got to get to the right side of that rear bumper if you're going to push in that area.
Now Trevor Bayne drives away. He can't go anywhere because of the red flag, but he's eligible to return to the pits, and once he gets onto pit road, they'll have 5 minutes to make repairs. And here's Allmendinger's car getting up on its side, and they'll put it back on his wheels before he unstraps and climbs out. Jeff, they say that when these cars are at speed in the banking at this speed, you could reach out with your finger and push on the corner of the car and spin it around.
It's pretty easy. I will say it might not be that easy, but
Okay.
it's pretty easy. I mean, you know, when you have a 3,400-pound car pushing you, it doesn't take much. But there's also just not a lot of aerodynamic downforce in the cars here. The cars aren't set up for that with the springs and shocks. Also, in that section of the corner, once you get out of the banking holds the car, and it has a lot of grip in the banking. But once you get to the straightaway, it loses all of that.
Randall Burnett, AJ's crew chief, looking at the monitor as Allmendinger has climbed out of his car and walks to the ambulance without assistance. He is okay. So now we'll show you replays of what happened between he and Chase Elliott in the 24.
Yeah, you just see AJ, he gets up against the 24 here. He's pushing him, and he just gets over to the left-hand side here, and you can't push over there.
Even got him himself. He was, you know, it was not something that was intentional. He was just trying to push and help, but it actually even got AJ Allmendinger turned around as also.
Wow, look at
big
Danica.
impact by Danica into that inside wall.
Heck of a lick.
Didn't that happen to her at Daytona, where she got into the inside wall and hit hard where a wall jutted out like that?
Now, see, I think Chase Elliott was he already had his hands full prior to that. He was trying to get it gathered up, and then AJ came off his rear bumper and then made contact with him again. Also, Logano went for a heck of a ride there, a couple big impacts.
Keselowski's up in there.
Minor damage for Kevin Harvick. And here is the initial contact. You see Chase's car yawed out just a tiny bit in the corner.
They got him loose.
all it takes.
That's the one. He was going to save it until that last little bump.
I was just going to say, AJ, just be a little patient here. We got a little ways to go yet, and you got a pretty good car. Wow.
In a moment.
This is amazing footage, folks.
Incredible camera work.
And just remember, there's a driver in every one of those cars. Watch it.
Well, that's a long, slow roll for Allmendinger. And look, both those cars end up pretty much together, along with the mess that was Logano's car and Michael McDowell's. Harvick had damage in that. So did Trevor Bayne, Eric Jones, Matt Kenseth, all involved.
And as a driver, I've been upside down at Daytona one time and slid on my roof just like that, with sparks flying. And I was just hoping at the last second it was going to roll back over so I could get out. But AJ's didn't do that. He was stuck upside down. Not a comforting feeling. That oil tank is right behind you. It's very possible for oil to start leaking out. You want to get out of there as fast as you can.
Looks like there were only about a dozen cars who had a chance to evade to the inside and not get any damage in this.
I'm watching that green 2 car. I don't know if he's just kind of following us through here. Not sure if he got any damage or not.
Yeah, I think I saw him stop a little bit too soon, as if he made contact.
He may have hit the outside wall with the right side of the car.
Let's ride with Danica Patrick.
Second, back it down, stay low, low. Inside. 32 never stop.
Boy, that was a lick. Man.
She's still driving it, even after that second impact.
With Dale Jr.
One outside, 77's outside. Keep coming low. Come on.
Wow.
Caution's out.
Oh my gosh.
88 southbound, easy. Keep digging, easy. Shit, hold your brake. Hold your brake light. Stay high.
And let's show you this in real time. Wow. Talladega, world's fastest junkyard.
Man.
And what caused that 24 to get up in the air, it's not just air getting under the car. Somebody made contact and an impact on the right side. When that did that, it lifted that left side up. I think it was the 22 of Logano, and then the air got underneath the car and got him up in the air.
Look at the tire marks, and you see I believe that's our Fox camera under the caution light there. Here are the drivers who had at least some damage from this lap 169 crash. We are under the red flag, so no work can be done. until the yellow waves again. Now there's the front of Harvick's car. You see the left front did get some damage.
Yeah, Keselowski. Yeah, sure did.
Keselowski, rather.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, here in 2003, we had a 23-car pileup, 27-car pileup. In 2012, we had a 25-car pileup. And I'm not sure how many are involved in this one just yet.
16 cars on that list. Let's check down at the Hollywood Hotel for a race recap.
Thanks, Mike. With Michael Waltrip here, just recapping what went on earlier. Jamie McMurray and the teammate and points leader Kyle Larson. This was way back on lap 15. Larson has a tire problem. That brings out a caution as Brad Keselowski wins stage 1, the second stage victory.